Checking now.
It does say live. Okay, so then.
Good morning, Sunday Morning Live. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. I am Savannah.
And I am Paris.
We are your host and co-host for this morning show. We are so excited you all decided to join us this morning, where for 30 minutes we talk everything coffee.
We love coffee.
We love coffee. We absolutely love coffee. And today we are going to talk about the wonderful French press.
Yes.
So excited because we've gotten so many questions and so many responses on what is this French press. So today we are going to do that. But before we get into it, Ferris, I want to check in with you. How have you been since last week when we had our live launch?
Oh, I have been wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. Everything has been great. It has been an exciting, adventurous, busy week as usual, but I couldn't wait to come this morning and share with you and drink coffee and visit all of our viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. Also, if you have any questions at any time during today's broadcast, please put it in the chat and we'll answer your questions live on this show today.
Thank you, Paris. Yes, that is awesome because we know we had received several questions from last week. So by all means, we're going to get to your questions today.
Yes.
So with the French press, this beautiful brewing method, history says the reason it's called the French press was because there was actually a Frenchman who was preparing his coffee one morning, and as he was boiling his water, when the water was finished, he realized he had forgotten to put his coffee grinds in it. So he rushed to put his coffee grinds in the boiling water in his coffee pot, but he saw that all the grinds weren't getting wet. So he grabbed a piece of metal and a screen to try to get all the coffee grinds wet. Well, it was working, but not completely. So he grabbed a stick to put on top of the screen and the metal, and he pushed it down, and that is how he got his coffee grinds wet. Well, when they finished brewing that coffee with that made-up method, he and his friend could not believe how delicious that coffee was. And thus, the French press was born.
That is amazing. I never knew that is how the French press came to be.
That's how
Thank
it
you
came
for
to be.
sharing.
Yes, that's how it came to be. And it really has not changed that process that the Frenchman actually created impromptu. It's the same exact process, and this is what we're going to show today. This is a beaker. The glass part is a beaker. And just as the Frenchman had done, it has a metal piece with a screen, which is the filter, and it has a plunger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat the beaker because in order for the coffee to emulsify, the beaker must be really hot. So what do? We're going to pour hot water into the beaker. And what this is going to do is prepare it to receive the coffee grinds. And I'm going to put this to the side while it gets hot. And then Paris is going to actually start to grind our whole beans.
Yes.
And remember,
Sounds amazing.
yes, fresh coffee is outstanding, the aroma. And what we always recommend, and we know we have a lot of new coffee drinkers, is we always recommend you start off with whole beans and grind them. So what Paris is doing is she is literally pouring in directly from the bag into the coffee grinder, and this is a handheld coffee grinder. It's as easy as that. And it's automatically going to stop when it's finished grinding. And you can smell, as it's grinding, you can smell the aroma even through the grinder.
Yes, you can.
And what she's going to do is she's going to empty out the fresh grounds into her container. And then I am going to hold it while she actually is going to empty out the water that's inside the beaker so that we can pour these grinds inside the hot beaker. Excellent. And so now I'm going to take the hot beaker and pour the grinds inside. And then, thank you. And then I'm going to pour the hot water inside the beaker with the grinds, on top of the grinds, but you have to make sure you do it at a 45-degree angle. And this is literally emulsifying. It's going to start emulsifying all the coffee grinds, which means that the grinds are literally waking up. And I'm going to take a wooden spoon and stir the grinds within the beaker. This ensures that all of them are getting wet. And then we're going to put the plunger back on top. And we're going to keep it there while it brews. So we're going to do this for 2 minutes, and then we're going to plunge the grinds down. So while we're waiting for that, let's see if we have any questions.
We actually do have a few questions, actually.
Awesome.
So the first question says, does the coffee have the same effect on everyone as far as keeping them up or, energetic and such?
Excellent. That's a wonderful question. So it is interesting how coffee has a different impact on really everybody. For some people, coffee will keep you alert. It will absolutely make you more energetic. Paris, what type of effect does coffee have on you?
Coffee lets me know what time it is. No matter what time of the day it is, if I have to be up, ready to go, and have, all my energy together, coffee always does that. If it's morning, noon, or night, it just kicks me into gear and I'm ready to go.
And for me, coffee relaxes me. It makes me feel very soothing, very relaxing. It's almost like a dessert for me. So coffee has a different impact on every person, and depending on what type of coffee you have, that it can amp you up, or it can relax you, or it is actually can be just have no effect and have just like a regular drink. So we encourage you to definitely look at coffee as, what are you seeking when you drink coffee? Are you seeking something that will get you up and ready? Maybe you have a proposal to do. Maybe you have a test you have to study for.
Right.
Are you seeking to just unwind? Are you seeking to get ready for a good television show, a good book? So I ask you to think about, why do you want the coffee outside of the outstanding flavor that Sunday morning coffees give you every time, every cup?
Every flavor.
Every flavor. That's right. We wanted you to kind of check in with you to see, why do you want the coffee? And then that will drive the direction in which the type of coffee you would select.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Now our next question asks, does coffee expire?
Awesome question. So yes, coffee does expire. If you, on Sunday morning bags, on all of our bags, on the back of it, it gives you our expiration date, which is 241 days from the day that you buy it. Because remember, with Sunday morning, we roast your beans the day that you order. So from that day, 241 days out, which is about 6 or so months, your coffee is guaranteed fresh. In addition to our specially vacuum sealed bags that keeps your beans the absolute freshest. So we want to make sure that while you're out purchasing other types of coffees, make sure that when you pick up a bag of coffee, if you do not smell the aroma of fresh beans, we encourage you not to buy that coffee, because the aroma is a huge indicator of the freshness level and the expiration of the coffee. Some retailers keep their coffees for months and years, and they're in dry places, and we don't know what those expiration dates are. So that's going to directly impact your experience with your cup of coffee. So that's a little tip. Make sure you can smell the aroma of fresh coffee, whether it's ground or beans, when you're buying your coffee.
I definitely agree. And one thing I do personally notice about your coffee is I can smell it tremendously through the bag. And I automatically thought before I read the package and opened it that it was ground, because I assumed that ground coffee is just the most potent smell and you would get the greatest, strongest smell from it being ground. But I was surprised to know that they were still in whole beans. So when they were crushed or just ground with the handheld grinder, it just, like they were cracked open and it just came out even stronger. So that let me know that this is authentic and it's very, very fresh.
Thank you, Paris. And that's a real experience.
Yes.
We took the time to make sure we got the freshest coffee, the most premium coffee beans, so that when you do grind them, you get that experience.
Thank you, because we can tell.
Excellent. Awesome.
And we do have another question. And the next person asks, why does some coffee taste flat or watery?
Another good one. So when we are talking about coffee, we always are describing the texture, what it means on your palate, and also the body of your coffee. So during the taste testing, we had several of the audience to write down their descriptives, and it was clear that they were experiencing different levels of aroma and taste. When you are drinking a coffee that's flat, it's similar to drinking water, because water has no body.
Okay.
It's very, very flat. And that may not be the experience you're seeking when you're drinking coffee. So a robust coffee, even a breakfast blend coffee, it's going to give you that body, meaning that it's fuller than a glass of water. So you're going to really experience that fullness that's rolling throughout the palate, so that you understand that you are drinking a quality drink, and also paired with the flavor and or the roasting style that you have. So even a breakfast blend should not be flat. It's light, but it shouldn't be flat. It should have some type of body. So a flat coffee would probably indicate a lower quality coffee, and or probably a coffee that was expired.
And I can definitely attest to that, because some coffees, if you have it freshly brewed and it's hot, it tastes wonderful. But if you go to transition and possibly decide you want iced coffee, you notice that the original integrity of that hot brewed coffee is definitely different. It's like night and day. Whereas with your coffee, if you put ice in it, it's the exact same. It's just cold and even more refreshing. And that's how you prefer it. So it doesn't get watered down. It doesn't taste less flavorful or less bodyful, I should say, when you add ice. Because I don't always like to have a hot cup of coffee. And I don't want to compromise the taste and the quality because I want iced coffee. So it's a win-win.
And that does bring up a controversy between iced coffee and hot coffee. And guess what? That's going to be a show.
Okay.
That's going to be a show, right?
It needs to be. You know how most people say there's no debate. There is a debate.
There is. There is a serious debate between hot coffee drinkers and iced coffee drinkers. And they don't necessarily mean that they're different people, because there are people who love both.
We agree to disagree.
Absolutely. There is a debate. So be on the lookout for that coffee.
Yes.
So those are great questions, audience. Please keep them coming in. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and we're going to now finish up the process with our French press. So far, we put the hot water inside the beaker. After that, Paris had grounded some fresh whole bean coffees. We poured it inside the beaker, and now it has finished emulsifying. And what we're going to do is push the plunger down. As we push the plunger down, what happens is all of the beans are now going down to the bottom of the beaker. So we have pure coffee, no grinds. And that is what we're seeking. And that also is one of the reasons the French press is so wonderful, because it is almost one of the only methods that guarantees you will not get grinds in your coffee. Yeah. Some people don't like grinds in their coffee. Some people like a few grinds, but this method, and Paris, I'm gonna pour you first. This method definitely guarantees that you will not have grinds in your coffee. So we're gonna go ahead and pour Paris, her, and look at that beautiful color.
Oh, so wonderful. It
Yes.
smells amazing.
Yes. That's
Thank
hers.
you.
And then I'm gonna pour mine.
We have been waiting for our coffee all morning.
We have not had our first cup yet. So this is really and truly exciting for us because we've been waiting for our first cup of coffee this morning. And we're hoping that if you haven't had yours, that you actually will enjoy some. I like a little coffee with my cream. So my coffee is often very, very mocha colorish and caramel color, I should say, because I like it somewhat creamy, but with that bold flavor. And how do you like yours, Paris?
It really depends on the day, but this one, I believe it is half and half. It's coffee and cream this morning.
Okay. Got some smoothies in this morning.
Yes.
Shall we do a toast before we sip?
Yes, it's a must. It's a Sunday morning coffee, and all of you.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Well worth the wait.
I am so. This is what we didn't tell you already was what we're drinking this morning is Je T'aime Noir. This is our French roast blend. And with the French roast blend, it is bold, robust. It is literally roasted to right before it's burnt. So French roast is literally designed for coffee lovers who love that very bold taste. Sometimes even coffee lovers who only like coffee black, you would love a French roast because it's so it's so dedicated to the coffee taste itself. It doesn't lend to anything else except for pure coffee. And the quality of this French roast is amazing because even if you don't like a bold blend and you like creamers, you could tell the integrity of the coffee has been maintained, not burnt. It's just very bold.
That is very correct. This is wonderful. I'm not sure what flavor cream you have, but I have sweet Italian cream, and they just mesh so well together. It's amazing. I don't have much else to say.
I'm telling you, we just want to kind of talk about this and go into this coffee because this is just a wonderful blend. I love French roast, and it's just the body is so full in this coffee.
It really is. It is amazing, and it's nice and warm and perfect for this morning.
Yes. French roast Je T'aime Noir is the coffee we use this morning. And speaking of that, so we know we are very close to the holidays.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure that audience, please go on to our website, sundaymorningroast.com, and order your coffee blends because we know that lots of you will be entertaining, you will be having guests, family, friends, co-workers, holiday parties, celebrations happening. They all are going to look for some type of coffee, either type of event, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or at night. People want coffee. So please go to our website, sundaymorningroast.com, order your coffees. Also, go to Amazon. We are pleased to say that we are on Amazon. And on Amazon, we really need for you, when you order there, please write some reviews for us. As a new company, they go on reviews. So we need for everyone to go on, blow us up on the reviews for Amazon so we can start loading up on the front pages when you put in coffee. We are earning our way up there, but that's all good. That is what we'll do. We'll earn our way with you. We know we can make it. So definitely do that. Also, on all of our social media, We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Go to all of our social media platforms and please follow us, share our website, and encourage all of your family, friends, and all your circles.
Yes.
Please, even if you don't drink coffee, please have them to go to our website, go to our social media pages, and learn about coffee. And invite them to tune in for this half an hour
Absolutely.
on Sunday.
Absolutely. And even encourage them to ask questions, whether we're having a show or not. We're always open to questions, ideas, new flavors, anything that you would just like to contribute in a positive way. We welcome that, please.
Absolutely. And we are looking for some contest winners to help us name our holiday line. We received a couple of great suggestions for naming our holiday line, and we would like to have some more. So if you could please Facebook Live, chat in or text us, DM us, email us some suggestions as to what we should name our holiday line and also our spring line. Believe it or not, we have to start talking about spring. So when some great names come to mind, let us know about them, and if we choose it, you are going to be a star of Sunday Morning Coffee and win some prizes.
Nice. That is exciting. And don't forget as well, when Black Friday weekend approaches, all shipping is free the entire weekend. So do not forget, if you're waiting for a special bargain or a great time, Black Friday weekend, the entire weekend, shipping is free.
Paris, that is awesome that you reminded everybody about that, because you don't want to miss out on that.
No.
Shipping makes a difference
It
oftentimes,
does. And
right?
do you find yourself on certain sites saying, oh, well, I have $20 more to achieve for free shipping?
Yes.
You don't have to do that on Black Friday weekend with Sunday Morning Coffee. Any bag, whether you buy 1 or 10, is going to be the same amount to ship.
That's
Who
right.
can refuse that?
Awesome. That is fantastic. Well, Sunday Morning Live, this was our Facebook Live talk this morning. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
We are on again next Sunday, 10 a.m. to get you ready for that Thanksgiving feast celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just get you ready for a good time. Come next Sunday, where we're going to be talking about the Chemex and giving you some great things to pair with your coffees next week as you go into the holiday week.
Yes, I cannot wait. And like you mentioned, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, any and every day is a great day to be reminded and remember why we should be thankful. Never should there be a prompt to do so. There's so many things to be thankful for. And one of mine is you, Miss Savannah, and this wonderful Sunday Morning Coffee. Thank you.
Oh, isn't she the greatest? She is definitely the greatest. Oh my gosh. Thanks a lot, Sunday Morning Live. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, have a great day.
Enjoy your coffee.
Yes.